So I'm taking this clip from Combatskills on TikTok, or Combat Skill on TikTok. It says, when a man versus absolute heavyweight. Alright, so first I'm going to show you the video. Then I'm going to read you some of these comments and the clips. And then I'm going to tell you the fucking truth. Alright? So first, here's the video. I turned the volume down for obvious reasons. Hopefully this will actually show you the video. See where we are. I'm going to let you watch it a couple times because it's a really short clip. Alright, so he's trying to put resistance against this guy with the big shield. Alright, now just for the record, I don't know these guys. But I am going to tell you that, first off, why would you even attempt to block that? Now, the guy's like huge. He's fucking massive. Now, that doesn't mean the little guy's gonna lose. I actually don't know how tall any of these guys are. They could be anywhere from 6 feet even to 5'11". I know they're not as short as me. Alright, but I just wanted to show that. Pardon the reflection. Alright, so we're gonna show it one more time. Actually, one more after this when it restarts. Because that's the important shit that y'all need to know. Right there. That's a fucking no-no. Now, when I read these comments, y'all are gonna hate me. And that's fine. Oh, I guess it started again. Alright, so it started again, but as you can see, first off, why are you trying to body block? Alright, why are you trying to body block a guy 3 times your size? So we're going to go into these comments. Minus my comments. Because I put a video up on my TikTok about this already. Alright, I'll even read my comics. Just to prove a point. If they ever load. See, it's still loading. Alright, so let's go with my first comment. My turn. There's 2 things in these comments that everyone should know about fighting bigger guys. Taking him to the ground is not going to get the W. Alright? Ah, damn it, my comment disappeared. First, fight smarter, not harder. Second, you want him to stay on his feet. I'll explain in the video that I stitched. I attempted to explain that in the video that I stitched, which is what led me here. And I had to turn the volume down on that. So the guy under me, whose name starts with an S, he says, why is he attacking his belly? LOL. Legs and head, man. Which I do agree with. At least the legs and head. I don't agree with the legs completely because if he falls and he falls on you, you're a dead man. You guys seen in comparison at the size differential between these 2 dudes. The other guy says the real life Kung Fu Panda tummy defense. I got nothing on that. You don't fight weight and power. You use leverage and redirection. Now that guy's about right. Has something to do with what I'm going to say, but not completely. Now, being tested real time, as long as the big boy doesn't end up on the ground, Works will win, and he goes down, and it's done. That's always not the truth, because sometimes the big guy goes down. He may go down on you. If he goes down on you, it's a pretty done deal that he's going to use his weight to keep you down, and there's not going to be a lot you can do from the ground, because in that case, I don't think BJJ would ever get you from under that guy. Anyway, the next one, it says, this is cute and all, but if I break his knees, his shins, even if I sidekick his gut, he's done. That's a possibility. Unless this guy's tough as nails and has been in a few fights. Now, by the look of him, I'm not going to say he's been in many because most people are probably highly intimidated by this guy and be like, I don't really want to fuck with this guy. Alright? The next comment says, that's why there's a different weight classes. Okay, I want to correct him really, really quickly, because before the UFC, when they were shoot fighting, there was these little Chinese people. Let me be politically correct, because I'm not sure they were Chinese. They were shoot fighting, in the late 80s, early 90s, where this one dude and this one chick was beating up guys way bigger than that guy. So you're not exactly right there. You're right, legally there are weight classes for a reason. However, in a real fight, there's no such thing as a weight class. And that's something that a lot of martial arts in these videos are not telling y'all. In a real life fight, you don't get to say that if Bobby's 6 foot and 250 pounds and you piss Bobby off, you think Bobby gives a fuck that you're 5'3" and 125 pounds soaking wet? No, Bobby's going to try to kill you. So in a street fight, there are no weight classes. Now, the next one says, that wasn't skill, haha. When Skeletor attacks versus when heavyweights attack. I have no idea what that fucking means. I literally don't have the first one. He trusts. He doesn't work. Okay, that was when he did the drop kick. Alright. Why are they recording the high schoolers bullying the kindergartners? That was pretty accurate because it does kind of seem like that. Alright, the next one is, that's not skill. He's just running at him. There's no interaction doing anything. Which is also true if you've been watching this video, which I'm going to re-show you in a minute. There's always been a way. I thought about this scenario many a times. I've lived the scenario. So yes, there is a way, because I've won. Alright? Okay, nobody said it, but nothing can move the blob. Okay. Good pun, dude. I ain't got nothing on that because I really don't want to body shame anybody. Haha, right. The real story is behind the video. Speed level 2, defense level 98. Alright, I guess there's strength in numbers. The blob from the X-Men is real. Mass is mass, be smart. That's probably about the only one that is correct. However, let's watch it again. Because even though you guys can see my reflection, the camera's still recording. Alright, so the big guy's got the shield, the little guy's got a shield now, he's body blocking. That's exactly what's going to happen. This guy drop kicks, he's bouncing off. This is exactly what's going to happen, which is why you don't try this shit. Alright, so you guys have seen enough. There's a drop kick, there's a drop kick, there's the running attack. Alright, there you guys, a body block. This guy does a body block. This guy does the body block one more time. I want to thank Combatskills for this video, so that they don't come at me on YouTube about this shit. Alright, this is the part where I get real. Alright, 1. Your size does not guarantee you the W. So get that out of your head right now. Do not think for a New York minute that your size will ever guarantee you the W. There are a lot of factors in a fight. There are a lot of factors in a fight, and you need to be able to understand that 1,000 things can go wrong, as video showed, before one thing can go right. As a martial artist myself, who have been doing martial arts since I was 7 years old, I am 48 now, and I'm going to tell you, alright, dojo, street. Alright, let's break that down for you really quickly. 70% of the shit you learn in the dojo will only work in the dojo. 30% of the shit you learn in the dojo will only work in the street. Your job is to figure out what does what. Now, if you've been in martial arts as long as I have, I know how to use everything in the dojo in the street. Because I first learned martial arts in the street. Alright? So let me explain that before people start coming at me with some bullshit. 1, I'm 5'3½". I'm everybody's target. Understand that. I am everybody's target. I'm the biggest target when I walk in a store. If someone wants to get uppity, they'll look for the tiny guy. I'm the biggest target when I walk into a club. Whether it be a strip club or a dance club, if somebody's had too much to drink, you better believe I'm the guy they're looking at. Because I'm the guy they want to make a name on. Alright? You know, remember that little guy that I threw all the way across the room and all of that shit? Yeah, I'm that guy that they want to do that to. But, here's reality. Don't get your hopes up. Because I'm going to destroy you. The second your hand comes within my striking distance, I'm going to destroy you. Now let me explain that for those who are in the back of the room. For those who don't understand how fighting actually works. Boom! That shit hurts. Doesn't matter how big this hand is, doesn't matter how big the other hand is. When you get hit in the face, that shit hurts. If you have never been hit in the face, you're going to find out real fast, can I recover? Can I get up? Can I continue this fight, or am I going to fuck to sleep? The answer is really quite simple. You'll know when you get hit in the face. You will know when somebody and your shit goes and everything shuts off. You're going to fucking know. So for all you people who do martial arts, and don't tell everybody on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, wherever your martial art is mostly watched, if you're not telling these motherfuckers the truth, then you should stop posting videos right fucking now. Because getting hit in the face fucking sucks. 70-30. There are no superior martial arts. There's only superior martial artists. The Any Given Sunday rule. If you are not putting this in your videos, you need to stop. Because you're going to fucking get somebody hurt. Period. You're going to get somebody going out there thinking, it's morphing time. And they're going to go out there and get their shit jacked. And no offense to the Power Rangers. Because a lot of people do watch these things and they're going to think, oh, well, I can do that. Yeah, you can. The problem is, just because you can do it, doesn't mean you're properly trained at when to utilize those kicks. Alright? Let's see, I don't have a wall I can actually run up and show you. Because there are do's and don'ts in fights. It's just that simple. There are do's and don'ts. You never not block. No, and you watch a lot of people on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and they have unorthodox blocks. Alright, let me explain to you about an unorthodox block. If it's been working for you, it will continue to work for you until it doesn't. And then you're going to go old school and remember, hey, I should probably be blocking this shit. Because sometimes people aren't easily distracted by this is an unorthodox block. So I can block up, I can block down. I can block this way, I can block that way. This is a real block. You know? Because if I'm doing southpaw, which I'm standing right now for boxing, jab, jab. Cross, jab, jab. Uppercut, jab, jab, jab. You understand? I got these up here to protect me. If you are fighting a Thai fighter, you know, boom, boom, boom. Same thing with American kickboxing. Boom, boom, because American kickboxing is derived from Thai fighting. Alright? Now Thai fighting does have a lot more boxing elements, but it has a fuck ton of kicks. But it mostly uses elbows and knees. Alright? And most of their kicks are not with their foot, it's with their fucking shin. Which again, if you're not telling people this when you're posting these videos, you need to stop. A lot of Thai fighters, they'll hit you here, boom, boom, before they boom and boom. Because this, soon, is a lot closer than this. Understand? Now, boom, boom, boom. Expect that shit in a fucking fighter against a Thai fighter or an American kickboxer. Boom, 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 boom. Expect it. Because if you don't expect it, that's what you're going to get fucking hit with. Now, here's the thing. When someone gets to rolling, it's going to be hard for you to stop their ass. Straight up. They're coming in, and your block game ain't shit. You're going to sleep. You are straight going to fuck to sleep. Alright? So, you're doing Wing Chun. Alright? Boom, boom. Or, you can just do it my way. Boom, boom. Now, the thing is, depending on, I'm going to butcher it. Paksao, I think it's Paksao. It doesn't matter, because one's this way, and it goes here, and it's here, and it's here. Alright, that's fine and dandy. I'd have modified the fuck out that shit. Because I don't have time to remember this when there's a hand coming at my face. But here, boom, boom, you know, I can block and strike. There's the one to jab, boom, boom. I'm right there. It also allows me to get to the outside. So, boom, boom, I got the elbow, break it, strike. They throw a punch, I got the elbow, break it, strike. So, basically, I'm going to be striking here, smacking it, pulling it. I'm going to put one hand here and one hand here. I'm going to push and pull. I'm going to break the elbow. Then I'm going to slide down and hit them in the throat. Or I'm going to hit them in a rib or a kidney shot somewhere down here. So what you see here, boom, boom, is basically boom, boom. And that would be, I smack their punch, they throw a punch, I smack it down, and I struck them. That's pretty much it. This is to protect from their counter, which, boom, boom, which be their counter. So boom, boom, I block both hands. Now from there, I can do a Wing Chun kick or a Gung Fu kick. If I want to do a Gung Fu kick low, that's where it's going. If I want to do a Gung Fu kick high, that's where it's going. So you have to understand your range of motion is very important in a fight also. And how you, boom, get that shit out there is going to be a deciding factor in your fight. Now, if you haven't fought anybody bigger than you, I'm going to advise you to not look forward to that shit. But in the event that you are stuck fighting someone bigger than you, it helps to know where to hit a person. In the video, you seen the guy run up and do a jump kick to the sternum. He clearly missed the sternum because the guy has a little bit more girth and belly, which is like a little bit more protection in that area. So his best defense would have been trying to come from the side, because this is protected, but this is not. If you look at his fat, he hangs his fat. God damn, I shouldn't say it that way. I'm sorry. If you look at his fat generally hangs heavy in the front. It's not so much on the side. So when you start studying people and you have to get into a fight with them, you need to understand how to get to the vulnerable spots. Yes, every human body has vulnerable spots. Don't let anybody else tell you anything different. And key one in fighting is your ability to adapt. Straight up and down. If you can't adapt in a fight, you're going to sleep. All right? You need to be able to go to the old school angles of, I need to be able to get out, strike, get out, and strike. Now, here's why you don't want to take that big guy to the ground. So he's coming at me with the shield and the body block. For those who know anything about judo, I don't have to do much. I can step in and grab his lapel and try to shoulder throw him, but because of our size differential, I'm going to not recommend that. I'm going to tell you a different judo technique because he's way bigger than me. So I would tell you, instead of stepping in a side step, I would tell you, wow, there's a lizard over there. I would tell you to sidestep and trip, and as he goes forward, you will push him so that he goes down. Now, if he goes down, then you get on his back, and now you can apply your Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And the lizard is gone. Anyway, you can get on top of him and start back beating him. You do not want to try to grab him or anything, because if you grab him, he might grab you, and he might throw you off. And if you don't go far enough away from him, he can just pull you back under him, and then he can sit on top of you and just start pounding the shit out of you. A situation that you don't want to be in. All right? A bigger person does not guarantee a W just because of their size. Understand, the size does not mean shit in a fight. Your skill level is everything. And so everybody on here and everybody in TikTok and everybody on Instagram and YouTube or Facebook or whatever, if you are not telling your fighters the truth, you need to stop. Because first off and foremost, size only does one thing in a fight. It intimidates and makes people afraid. Alright? Half the people who are overweight that get into fights with people generally win by intimidation first. Because a feared fighter, or someone who's super hyper scared, will lose the fight before the fight begins. Alright? And that is a mindset. Oh, this guy's so much bigger than me, he's going to beat my ass. And that's how you lose right there. This guy's so much bigger than me and he's going to beat my ass. You already threw the fight away. You mentally told yourself that you were going to lose this fight. And that's generally why you were going to lose the fight. Now let's say you're fighting someone but you know their reputation. And let's say you're not a really good fighter. Alright? You still have a chance. Always remember that you still have a chance. And if no one's on YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok, or Facebook telling you that you don't have a chance, they have no business telling you anything about martial arts. Fights work very differently, and every fight will be different every fucking time. Everyone. You will never fight the same way that you fought somebody last week. You're not going to fight that way. You're going to have that thought in your head, yeah, I beat this guy for doing that, but you need to lose that. Because everything you did to that guy ain't going to work on the next guy. It's not going to work. Now, I know this sounds hypocritical because I have a fight plan. But my fight plan has worked so far in the 48 years that I've been alive. It's not we're going to hit you to hurt you. It's I'm trying to hit you to eliminate you. I'm sorry. I probably worded that wrong and maybe too violent. So let me re-educate y'all on that. The long and short is this. It is not how hard you hit someone. It is where you hit someone. And if a person can't breathe, they can't hurt you. The trick is, I have to get there. Alright? No one's just going to sit there and let me hit them in the throat. And most people who are fighting are trying to get this protected. So they're not just going to lay there and let me hit them in the throat. That's my job. I have to get through your defenses to hit you in the throat. And if I can't, then it's not going to fucking happen. It's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. If I can't hit you in the throat, I can't put your big ass down. So now I have to go to plan B. I have to break the elbows and the kneecaps to slow you down long enough to hit you in the throat. Alright? In the video, that's a big dude, man. That is a huge ass dude. You cannot fight fucking strength with strength if that person is stronger than you. But this thing right here is the ultimate weapon. So you go in, you get hit a few times, you need a new game plan. No, because you're going to get hit in a fight. Anybody who tells you otherwise is lying through their teeth. Now, you might get lucky and not get hit that first round out. But in the streets, oh, you're going to get hit. If not by that guy, probably by one of his buddies or somebody who happened to be there, and now they're going to jump you and shit like that. And if you've never been jumped before, welcome to the Class of Plane 101. First and foremost, they're in the gym. So we understand that they're doing a demonstration. In real life, it does not work like it does in the gym. Understand that shit. Real life is a whole different ball of wax. Alright? As you want, I don't know why I said real life. What I should have said was outside of the gym. But, because you're doing real shit in the gym. Yeah, you're doing real shit in the dojo. You're doing real shit in the gym. The thing is that everything in the dojo or the gym does not work out here in the streets. And y'all need to tell these people that when they're watching these videos so that someone doesn't get overzealous and be like, yeah, I beat this dude in the gym, I can beat this dude in the street. No. You might have beat that dude in the gym because there's rules in the gym. And there's rules in the dojo that says, oh, well, you can put a guy in a Yuganagi, but when they tap out, you got to let them go. I can promise you that even if you tap in the street, no one's going to let you go because all of the rage, all of the anger, all of the crowd, unless somebody pulls you off of them, you're not going to be thinking about letting them go. This motherfucker wanted it, and now I gave it to him. Alright? The story about that is really quite simple. I've had to choke motherfuckers out. When I first moved to this block, see that park back there? Hadn't been home fucking 3 days. Took the dog for a walk. Guy wouldn't let me leave the park. After I brought the dog home, I went back to the park. So I probably shouldn't have went back to the park. But I hadn't been here. I didn't know the neighborhood. I wanted to go to the park. I wanted to explore shit. Which most people, when you buy a house in a new neighborhood, you go explore shit. 16 years old. I was going to high school from here. Went to the park. Didn't think for a New York minute that I wasn't going to be able to come home. Because when I first went to the park, I took the dog. Brought the dog home. Hooked him back up. Went to the park. Went to the creek. Looked at the playground. That wasn't the playground that was there. But, you know, I was going to have a grand old time. It's like, yeah, going to the park. So, when I came back out the park, I didn't come out the park at all. Because this guy, whose name will remain nameless, because I'm not about bragging, I stepped to my right, he stepped to his left. And I asked him nicely to get out of my way. This guy was also a good 6 feet tall, while I was 5'1". And he commences to tell me, this is my neighborhood. I own and run everything in this neighborhood. And I politely said, that's fine. You can do whatever you want in the neighborhood. Just don't fuck with me, and everything's going to be kosher. And he said, no, you don't understand. I own and run everything in this neighborhood, and that includes you. I said, no, you can own a neighborhood. I'm going home now. So I stepped to my right. He steps to his left. I step to my left. He steps to his right. I said, dude, I don't want to fucking hurt you. And again, size differential. I'm 5'1". He's 6 feet. Damn near 6 feet. And I asked him politely, and I said, look, just let me go home, man. I don't want to hurt you. He starts laughing in my face. But this young man didn't understand the concept of where I came from. I've been fighting all my life, since I was 6 years old. And it wasn't by choice. It was by force. Alright? We moved out of the projects, so I wouldn't have to fight anymore. Or we were going to get kicked out because of something that happened it involved me fighting someone way bigger than this guy. And I was still 5'1". I was 15 at the time. But when we moved over here, I had just turned 16. And, here I am thinking, I'm not going to have any problems because there were no black teenagers really in my group, and the ones that were here, we never spoke, we never bothered until that day. And I hadn't been in the block but a freaking few days. So this guy went to grab me. And I went behind him, put him in a rear neck and choke. So this is the positions of my arms. This part of my arm was under his throat. And I reeled up. I put my right knee, into his back. And I told you this story before. I started choking the shit out of him. He starts hollering, let me go, let me go. I promise I won't do it again. Me trying to be the hero and believing in the good in everyone, my dumb ass let him go. What does he do? He grabs me. What do I do? Same maneuver, but this time I put this one. Same rear neck and choke. This time the elbows got him cuffed. I don't have much muscles, so even if I tighten my muscle, it's not really going to hurt him. But if I tighten that motherfucker and I reel up and I have my knee in his back again, this time the left knee, he's going to know not to fuck with me. Black pride, y'all. Black pride. So I let him go. That's 2. I let him go twice now. I'm going home. No, I'm not. He's not going to let me go home. He grabs me again. So, me and my spider monkey skills, I get behind him. I put him in this one. Now his head's in between this little triangle. I'm closing the triangle, reeling up, and I have both my knees in his back. Now we're on our sides at the park entryway. I'm not letting him go this time because he had 2 chances to let me go the fuck home. But because he was huge, he was giant, he just didn't know who the fuck I was, he decided that he wanted to keep fucking with me. Found out the hard way that your size don't win fights. So, because he started drooling and shit on me, and I'm reeling in, I'm trying to kill this motherfucker now because I've had enough. When I get into that mode, I don't give a flying fuck if you're big. I don't give a flying fuck if you're small. You came at me, and now you have to pay for that shit because you made a stupid decision. You chose to fight someone who lives for that shit. Alright? Because I've been picked on all my fucking life. And all my bullies only bullied me in the mouth. They never would fight me. I would set up the place. Oh no, come on. You want this shit, let's go. Because what they fail to understand is I've been fighting since I was 6 years old. I'm not afraid to get my ass whooped. That ain't nothing. Never had my ass whooped in a fight. Because I've been too scared to lose fights. But see, here's the thing. I wasn't fighting to fucking win. I was fighting to fucking end your shit. I was dangerous before I got into the army. I became lethal at 16 when a Green Beret was teaching me shit when I worked at Kegler's. Thank you to Charles Lee. Anyway, outside of that, back to the fight. Once the drool started getting thick and white, I knew I fucked up. So I let him go. And I told him, you can have this fucking block. Don't fuck with me, and don't fuck with my family. And you can do whatever the fuck you want. But you stay the fuck away from 512 Rougemont, and we won't have any fucking problems. We never had another problem after that. Never. Also, back in the projects, before the summer when all of this shit happened, I had beat up like at least 2 guys that week. Maybe 3. One day I didn't fight at all. Monday I got to fighting. Tuesday was an argument and then they ran. Wednesday was my day off. Thursday I got to fighting with the 2 guys that I argued with younger brother, and that was 4-on-1, and I fucked those guys up, and that was just fucking playing around. And then Friday I had a David and Goliath match that wasn't purposely supposed to happen, but it happened, and I won that fight. And after that, people stopped calling me fake ass karate boy because they saw what the fuck I could do. I also stopped going by the nickname of Jonah by then, so that no one would be trying to hunt down James Williams Jr. and trying to get revenge. Anyway, I came over to Rougemont after a summer of getting into a boxing match where I lost. Also, the year before that, almost getting shot and killed because I stopped dating black girls after that shit. So you understand, fights work on the principle of I hit you, you hit me, until one of our bodies drop or go to sleep. You have to understand the size of your opponent don't mean shit as long as you keep your head clear up here. The representation of your opponent. He's got 20 knockouts. You've been knocked out once. He's 20-0, and you're 0-1, and this is your second fight. Your second fight is your redeem fight. And just think what would happen when the world sees you, who's lost your first fight, and knock out a guy who's never lost. It happens. Don't think that it can't. The second that you tell yourself you're going to lose the fight, you've lost. That's how I lost my sparring match with the guy from New York who whooped me, where everybody kept throwing that shit in my face. And I had to tell them, okay, he beat me. He beat me. Ain't no shame in a loss. But let's see what you can do. Everybody stopped throwing that shit in my face after that, because they realized something. The whole reason why they had to go get me was because they couldn't beat me themselves. So when they went to go get the other guy, and then he wouldn't fight me no more, he also knew, paper champion ass motherfucker, that he woke up a dragon. Granted, I'm an ox, but he woke up a sleeping dragon. And he realized that shit when he talked all that shit at my cousin's funeral, and then he didn't show up to fight me. And it's like, yo, dude, I'm not going to fight you on holy ground. I live at 512 Rougemont. Bring your bitch ass over here, and let's get this shit over with. And this time, we're going to fight for real. Bring all your friends so I can embarrass you the way you embarrassed me in the sparring match. But this time, it's going to be for real. Go change out of your little church clothes, because that's what I'm going to do. And then when you get over to Rougemont, we're going to see if it's where you from or what you can do. Because you from New York, which is another thing y'all need to get over, that bullshit about where a motherfucker's from. You can be from New York, but if you from Queens, you ain't from Brooklyn. If you from Brooklyn, you ain't from the Bronx. Don't fuck with anybody from the Bronx. Those motherfuckers are legit. I ain't gonna say motherfuckers from Brooklyn ain't legit. But if you a badass, it don't matter where the fuck you from. It matters what the fuck you can do. If I say I'm gonna kick your ass, I'm gonna kick your ass. I don't know when, I don't know how, but if we conflict each other again, oh, believe me, I'm gonna kick your ass. Because I said I'm gonna do it. And nothing's gonna stop me outside of a bullet or a knife. That's it. If you that scared of me, well, you can always apologize and walk the fuck away. There's no harm in saying I'm sorry. It really isn't. If I've offended anybody with this video, then I'm sorry. So I'm going to go a little bit more about this whole size differential thing. Alright? Because I'm missing Days of Our Lives for y'all. I'm 16 minutes into missing Days of Our Lives. So this video is 33 minutes long. I'm going to stop it and make a part 2. I'm going to attempt to stop it and make a part